Congratulations, Raya. You are incredibly talented. Can you start by talking about the importance of staying here in Manitoba to play and to further your sports career, making that decision to stay here in the province?
Anybody who knows me knows I love spending time at home. I love spending time with my family. They're probably the most important people in the world to me. Well, not probably, they are the most important people in the world to me. So it was kind of an obvious choice, especially because I committed at such a young age. I think I was grade 11 when I started talking to Ken and I took the further step into the commitment. So yeah, there was no second guessing that choice.
Well, we're obviously very glad you decided to stay here at home. In 2024, you managed to top your previous U Sports Rookie of the Year season by being named Player of the Year. You continue to do so. Can you name one thing or maybe a few things that contributed to that?
I think the main thing that contributed to that was not thinking about it. I've had a lot of talks with my coaches, and we just don't, it's never a goal for us to think about the awards you can win or the outcomes. It's more on gaining technical, tactical, mental skills and how you can help the team out. I think that was the most important step.
Can you talk a little bit more about that mindset, whether you're training or going into a session or going into a game, kind of what you run through, where your mindset is at, what you tell yourself before you go and perform?
I kind of like to keep a blank mind before I go and perform because I don't want to, obviously there's a lot of pressure, especially with being at home and staying and playing in front of a home crowd. It can get pretty stressful, at least for me. I don't know why I put that extra pressure, but it always comes. So I like to kind of reset. Sometimes I'll read. I don't really think about the game until I'm in the moment.
Maybe that's the key to success, folks. I like that. Now it says here that you're known on your team to have a very calm, cool, and collected approach, which you just illustrated. Let's talk a little bit more about your preparation leading up to a big match because you do have a lot of eyes on you. I don't want to say pressure, but I mean, we're watching you. A lot of folks are watching you. What does your lead up or preparation look like? Maybe even a day or a few days before.
I think as a team, we have a lot of prep that helps me individually, such as like game plan, film, even morning serve and pass. Just reestablishing your skills and getting those reps in is really important, especially the morning of the game. And yeah, I think my coaches had a really big talk with me before nationals, and they mentioned that like any awards I've gotten, any accolades we've gotten as a team, they've been by doing nothing more than you already do, not adding anything extra. No matter if you're playing nationals in front of a home crowd or playing a preseason game in the middle of September. Like it should all be played the same, no added pressure, no added noise.
And someone had mentioned earlier about how everybody in this room, everybody being recognized is a role model. You are going to have younger athletes looking towards you. Has that sunk in for you yet? Is that a comfortable title to put on, role model? And what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know if it's really sunk in yet. We have a lot of little girls come to our games and come up to us if we're even just at a tournament watching, asking for pictures, asking for autographs. And I still think, why do you want a picture with me? So it doesn't feel real yet, but I know the feeling because I felt that for teammates that I've now got to play with. Like my teammate Light, that's how I felt with her. But now I think people are a lot more comfortable approaching athletes. I think social media has really helped with the exposure of that. So it's beginning to feel a bit more real, but I still can't wrap my mind around it.
Well, especially student athletes, like everything that you're balancing, everything that you're doing, you're so talented on and off the court, well-deserved role model status for sure. Do you have any advice for anybody who's going to be watching this video later, especially younger athletes, what you would say to them in terms of training or chasing their dreams? Any advice that you've been given maybe that has stuck with you that you would now like to pass on?
I think in terms of skills, just putting the extra work behind the scenes, like what nobody sees, that's the most important stuff because everybody's at your group practice, everybody's at the group lift, but nobody sees when you do an individual, when you're just making your parents throw a ball to you. That's super important. And like my coaches tell me, don't be anything more than who you are because staying true to yourself as an athlete is super important in your development and your confidence.
Now you mentioned your parents, your family, your coach. Is there any thank yous or any big shout outs you want to give before we let you go enjoy the rest of your evening?
I want to say thank you to my parents and my boma who are over here with me tonight. and my brother who couldn't be here tonight because of work, that they just provide so much support. My Boma doesn't. She comes to every single home game, watches every single away game on Canvas TV. My parents have put in so much effort throughout my entire athletic career, whether it was soccer, volleyball, driving into everything. It means so much to me. I love them so much. So yeah.
Let's hear it for Raya and Raya's family.